So we are here gathering to practice meditation. This is an ongoing meditation, and thank you everyone for joining. Despite of a busy life schedules, you have spent this time for the practice of a meditation. And here I am simply to encourage and reinforcement for your practice and a development of a meditation. And the success or the development of meditation depends on each individual's involvement, dedication, determination, and also based on their perfections, so known as the paramitas. And in the practice of a meditation is to understand our own self, this body and the mind, not about anything else. In Satipatthana Sutra, Buddha clearly mentioned that the practice of a meditation is for the purification of beings, elimination of sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, despair, and finding the way to the liberation. So that's why practice of a meditation is the very beginning. When we start meditating, each time when we are able to spend some time with the physical object or visible object, tangible object, that very moment we already have cultivated the generosity, ethical living, and also concentration. And there are plenty of benefits from the practice of meditation, both physically, mentally, in this life, and also as a form of cultivating the paramita, the perfections and the merits for the further development and liberation in the future. So in the practice of a meditation, that's why rather than the thinking of getting something else, or rather than thinking of achieving something, the mystic powers, we simply learning to be normal, ordinary, not as special. And a normal here is simply to know ourselves, understanding ourselves, this body and this mind, how this body works and how this mind works. So learn to be. Learn to be rather than wanting to be something. So learn to be again. How can we learn to be? So here, learn to be again, not about external entities, but within ourselves, the body and the mind. And our mind is such that always wandering around constantly, continuously, which hasn't got any shape, color, which is dwelling in this body, so known as the cave or the house, need an object. So in order to understand this, in order to train this, we need to have an object, physical object or a tangible object. And a tangible object, again, if we are using external things, then we have to imagine, we have to create an imprinting in our brain, in our memories. But Buddha encouraged us to use within this body that exists. So that's why a breathing meditation become so popular and become the foundation of other techniques. So anything that related to the breathings, any objects can be used for the meditation or object of a meditation, where we determine our mind, where we settle down. And one can do in two ways. One by thinking or concentrating, and another by feeling or experiencing. When we are thinking, basically we are disconnecting from this restless mind or wandering mind, finding a distraction. So intended, or with your intention, you are diverting your attention to you have the chosen distraction. So you are thinking of that, and that's how the concentration begins. And that's how you're thinking of, let's say, breath. You're thinking of the breath. And as breathing and breathe out, you're concentrating on that, breathing in, breathing out. And you know consciously that this is breathing in and breathing out. And whereas a feeling or experiencing is a natural phenomena that one has to develop, or one has to know, one has to understand. Or experiencing the phenomena as it arises, pertaining to the truth, as it happens, as it occurs, each time, each moment, whenever you feel, whenever you observe, you're aware, whether it is a bodily sensations or body movements, or whether it is the pleasant sensations, unpleasant sensations, whether it is created due to something making you happy or something making you unhappy, or even the mindset, states of the mind. Mind with a lust, mind with a hatred, mind with calmness, mind is free from lust, hatred, complete peace, and like that. But those who haven't practiced, and mind is so busy, wandering around, restless, thinking too much. In this case, we have to distract ourselves from the worldly matters, and where we use the primary object. and focusing on that primary object. And basically, to practice meditation in this way, you have to find the comfortable position, free from any other disturbances, and making the resolution that you will be dedicating this entire time, let's say half an hour or an hour, for this practice, whether you can concentrate or not. Simply set the alarm and sit. Sometimes you may be able to concentrate on your primary objects, and other times you may not be able to concentrate on your primary object. Patiently trying and persistently being there. Patiently but persistently continue practicing. One or two times of observing the primary object, your mind will go wander to something else. Then again, that's fine. Simply notice that. Observe, acknowledge, note, and bring it back. And aware of that. So constantly and continuously being mindful of that. And aware of this present moment awareness, whatever is taking place during this time, as you have chosen to pay attention to the primary object, whether it is breath or the abdomen, working with that and having a present moment awareness, rising, falling, in breath and out breath. And this time, as you are observing it, mind drifts away, then know that drifting mind, know that distracted mind, and simply observe, acknowledge, and note, and come back. These are the basics that we all have to be skilled. And only then we see the development. We will be able to be mindful of any emotions, any moods, any feelings, and how our reaction to those moods, emotions, sorrow, lamentation, pain, and griefs. That's why in practice of meditation, we have to develop three things. Mindfully aware of the chosen object, ardently be present with that, but we are not fixing our attention to it. If mind drifts to something else, let it be, and we are aware of that. We are mindful of it. With this awareness, the continuous awareness of the things, of the objects, of the moods, emotions, feelings, will help us to understand that these are subject to change, not remain the same, because we have no thought of fixing it. And that's how we will be free from this ignorance and grasping, sorrow and lamentation, grief. This is a beautiful moment. ability to know, be with, and learning to be with the things that is happening here and now. With the help of the primary object as a home base, that we come back and stay with it. So breathing in, breathing out, mentally making a note of it, consciously aware of it, and having a clear awareness of it. When it is breathing in, you know that this is breathing in. When you're breathing out, you know that breathing out. When it is rising, you know it is rising. When it is falling, you know it is falling. Making a mental note of it, conscious about it. When mind drifts away, and you know mind drifts away, and bring it back. Now we'll practice the loving kindness meditation. So relax yourself and in a comfortable position, bringing your attention to the body, feeling the sensations throughout the body. And bring that attention to your hands, aware of sensations in your hands. And whatever sensations are there, simply aware of it. And bring that attention to your heart. Feeling the beating heart. And as you feel the beating heart generating loving kindness and compassion to yourself, sharing a loving thought to yourself, feeling appreciation and grateful. I am well, I am happy, I am at peace. And similarly, sharing loving kindness and compassion to all other sentient beings. You may start off with any particular person that you want to share in particular. Sending a loving thoughts, good wish, may you be well and happy. May you be free from any danger. May no harm come to them. Similarly, sharing loving kindness and compassion to all other sentient beings, visible and invisible beings in this room, in this city, in this country on earth, in the universe. Whatever beings there are, may they be well and happy. May they be at peace. May they be free from suffering. May they be free from troubles of body and mind. May they be liberated. So gently bring that attention to your hands again, aware of sensations in your hands and to your body. And as you hear the gong slowly coming out from meditation, and reflect for a few moments.